Doubt about it that the former royal Meghan Markle has gone. There is no doubt about it that the former royal Meghan Markle has undergone something of a bit of a scrutiny over the last couple of weeks, all thanks to that now book, Revenge, by the celebrated author Tom Bauer. But Meghan is on the attack, and let me explain the reasons why. Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to have your company today. Welcome on all brand new subscribers, over 156,000 now subscribers. What a big family we've grown to. Oh yes. Has anybody told you about the Horlicks thing yet? No? No, all right. If you haven't tried Horlicks, it's one of my favourite things, by the way. I like to share these things with you from time to time. A lot of people who watch this channel regularly know that I find Horlicks one of those, and I'm not sponsored by it, not being paid by it. Wish they'd send me some free, never even done that, you know. I don't know about you, by the way. If you are a fan of Horlicks, very quickly, I must tell you, I think the sachets, you know, the single cup sachets, I think they make them nicer. I don't know what they put into those, but they seemingly have a better taste. And if you're making a flask, as I do, they have a fuller, richer taste. But you can't beat the original with milk if you've got the time, can you? Back as ever, though, to your breaking roll story of the day. This particular story is fascinating in itself because it just rumbles on, as we know. Revenge, the book by Tom Bauer, all about the early life and times of Meghan Markle within the British monarchy, for that nanosecond that she decided to grace us with her presence, has been now a #1 bestseller and is gearing up to be launched out in other territories, including the United States of America. Something, of course, that Meghan and Harry will not be looking forward to, because they see that as their newly adopted home, the place where they're planning to rebrand their brand to become internationally even more famous for their work about climate change, yes, giving speeches and wellness and all that sort of stuff. You know, Prince Harry playing the part of Dr. Fraser Crane in many instances, when you think about it, you know, with all of these better up speeches. A lot of people are criticising him for that. I know it's wrong, he's not a trained therapist, but maybe if it gets people talking about it in the open space, there is some good there, trying to see the positives of these things. But the bigger problem now, which is looming and is going to be very difficult for Meghan and Harry, is this. As I say, Tom Bauer is gearing up to launch that book, and Meghan and Harry and their team are actively going to be watching all levels of media. And by that, what I truly mean is this. The big TV channels, the likes of CBS, ABC, Fox, CNN, whoever decides to invite Mr. Bauer on will be very much scrutinised as to their line of questioning. Let me explain. Over here in the United Kingdom last week, Tom was invited on the very little watched Good Morning Britain, GMB as sometimes it's affectionately known, and he was grilled, interrogated, whichever way you want to look at it, grilled, interrogated, all that sort of stuff, whichever way you want to look at it, by the former children's TV and pop presenter Ben Shepherd. Failed miserably, did Ben, sadly, because he tried to justify some of the things that Meghan allegedly was or did or had said, and it didn't really stack up. Mr. Bauer was having none of it. Now, if we see replications of those scenes played out on American TV, it will be interesting because, as we now know, Harry and Meghan have a hit list of media that they are willing to speak to and not speak to, as the case may be. In fact, they drew up that very long list before they departed for the United States. But now, of course, with a book to promote and lots of people trying to fill the very empty time of August, airtime-wise, Mr. Bauer has been, well, invited on all the major things, including a very big chat show. This cannot play down well, of course, for Harry and Meghan, because he's bringing his brand, his book, to an even bigger audience. How will they counteract that? Well, according to a very good source, anybody that is less than favourable to them on those TV shows will find them added, and as ever we have to say, allegedly, to the very now long media blacklist. Seemingly, they're going to need a bigger book. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.